Last week, the Federal Reserve lowered interest rates for the first time since last year in what the Fed chair called a risk management cut, and the Fed signaled that additional rate cuts are likely in coming months. The weekly jobless claims number that we flagged a week ago indeed showed major improvement, signaling that the labor market isn't seeing as many layoffs as previously feared. Meanwhile, the U.S. equity market notched another all-time high, and bond yields moved a little bit higher. Turning to the week ahead, markets are going to continue to digest last week's Fed meeting and try to suss out the extent to which policymakers are willing to keep cutting rates and under what circumstances they might do so. After Fed Chair Powell controlled the narrative last week, there are now at least a dozen speeches from other policymakers on the agenda. Although there was only one dissent at last week's Fed meeting in favor of a 50 basis point larger rate cut, the dispersion among the economic and interest rate projections from policymakers was quite wide. And given the unusual circumstances around last week's rate cut, for example, inflation's too high, unemployment is low, markets are near or at all-time highs, investors will be looking for some more clarification from other Fed members around what the Fed is thinking, prioritizing, and forecasting. Moving on from the Fed, on Friday we'll see the monthly personal income, spending, and PCE inflation reports for August. Forecasters expect income and spending grew at another healthy clip last month, corroborating what we saw from last week's retail sales data. Meanwhile, the consensus expects monthly PCE inflation data for August was elevated, but maybe not extremely so, and that would be an outcome that markets would probably cheer. The government has to pass spending legislation by midnight on September 30th, and right now online betting markets are seeing the chances of a funding lapse and a government shutdown as roughly 50-50. So markets this week will be watching for developments as this could be a source of volatility in the markets. So, things to watch in this busy week ahead. 1, speeches from Fed policymakers. 2, income, spending, and inflation data. And 3, any news on potentially avoiding a government shutdown.
The views expressed are solely those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the views of First Citizens Bank and Trust Company or any of its affiliates. This material is for informational purposes only and is not intended to be an offer, recommendation, or solicitation to purchase or sell a specific investment strategy, any security or insurance product, and should not be construed as legal, tax, or accounting advice. Please consult with your legal or tax advisor regarding the particular facts and circumstances of your situation prior to making any financial decision. While we believe that the information presented is from reliable sources, we do not represent, warrant, or guarantee that it is accurate or complete. Many companies referenced in this content are independent third parties and are not affiliated with First Citizens Bank and Trust Company. All third-party trademarks, including logos, trade names, service marks, and icons referenced remain the property of their respective owners. Your investments in securities and insurance products and services are not insured by the FDIC or any other federal government agency and may lose value. They are not deposits or other obligations of or guaranteed by any bank or bank affiliate and are subject to investment risks, including possible loss of the principal amounts invested. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Estimates of future performance are based on assumptions that may not be realized. This material is not a solicitation of any offer to buy or sell any security or other financial instrument or to participate in any trading strategy. Diversification does not guarantee a profit or protect against loss in a declining financial market. First Citizens Wealth FCW is a marketing brand of First Citizens Bancshares Incorporated, a bank holding company. The following affiliates of First Citizens Bancshares are the entities through which FCW products are offered. Brokerage products and services are offered through First Citizens Investor Services Incorporated, FCIS, a registered broker-dealer, member FINRA, and SIPC. Advisory services are offered through FCIS, First Citizens Asset Management Incorporated, and SVB Wealth LLC, all SEC registered investment advisors. Certain brokerage and advisory products and services may not be available from all investment professionals in all jurisdictions or to all investors. Insurance products and insurance are offered through FCIS, a licensed insurance agency. Banking, lending, trust products and services, and certain insurance products and services are offered by First Citizens Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender and SVB, a division of First Citizens Bank and Trust Company. For more information about FCIS, FCAM, or SVBW and its investment professionals, visit www.firstcitizens.com/wealth/disclosures.